What if I told you that the most dangerous moment in your life isn't when everything is falling apart, but when everything starts going right? When life begins to favor you, most people relax, and that's exactly when they begin to lose everything. The Stoics already warned about this. It's not adversity that destroys you, it's how you handle success. Because every rise tests something silent within you, your character, your discipline, and your clarity. And the most dangerous part is that these mistakes don't make noise. They happen quietly while you believe you've finally made it. Today, you're going to discover the 5 mistakes that cause people to lose everything right when they're rising, and how to avoid them before it's too late. Long before our time, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius reflected on this paradox. He ruled the most powerful empire in the world, yet constantly wrote reminders to himself about how power and comfort could become hidden traps. Seneca, surrounded by wealth, warned that it's not lack that corrupts a person, but excess without awareness. And Epictetus, who once lived as a slave, taught that the real danger is losing control over yourself. Stoicism was never about surviving chaos, but about not losing yourself when everything seems to be under control. Mistake 1. Seeking external validation. When your life starts improving, a silent trap appears. You begin to measure your worth by how others react to your progress. Likes, praise, recognition. It all seems positive, but little by little you stop acting from conviction and start acting for approval. Epictetus taught that when you depend on others' opinions, you hand them control over your peace. And that's the real danger, because today they applaud you, tomorrow they might ignore you. The Stoic does not build identity on the eyes of others, but on their own conscience. If you need to be seen to feel valuable, then you are not free yet. Do what needs to be done, even when no one is watching. That's where your real strength begins. Mistake 2. Talking too much about your progress. There's an almost automatic urge to share everything when something goes right. An achievement, a new phase, a better life. But silence, for the Stoics, is a form of protection. The more you expose your progress, the more you open space for opinions, judgments, and even disguised envy. Not everyone who smiles at you is happy for you. When you talk too much, you lose focus. You turn a process into a performance, and performance demands constant validation. Instead, move in silence. Let your results speak for you. What is solid doesn't need announcements. What is real doesn't need applause. Protect your peace like something fragile, because it is. If this kind of reflection made you pause for a moment, then you're already ahead of most people. Take this moment and subscribe to the channel Stoic Spring, because your life improves when you build the habit of strengthening your mind, protecting your inner peace, and growing in maturity every day. And now pay attention, because the next point is where many people begin to fall without realizing it. Mistake 3. Getting too comfortable when things start going well. This is one of the most silent and most dangerous mistakes, because it doesn't look like a mistake. It feels like rest. It feels deserved. And to a certain point, it is. But there's a very thin line between recovering your energy and abandoning the discipline that brought you here. Many people are enjoying today the results of past effort, but they are no longer planting anything new, and that's exactly where decline begins. Stoicism teaches consistency, not temporary intensity, not momentary motivation, consistency. Because while you slow down unconsciously, someone else is working to take your place. The world doesn't pause because you reached a milestone, and if you stop completely, what you built begins to weaken. Too much comfort creates fragility, and fragility sooner or later has its cost. So keep going, even when it feels like enough, especially when it feels like enough. Mistake 4. Forgetting the principles that got you here. Before things started going well, you had clarity. You had discipline, you had focus. You did what needed to be done, even without recognition, even without immediate results. But success, if not handled carefully, begins to erase those principles. Slowly, you start compromising what used to be non-negotiable. You abandon habits that once made you stronger. You replace consistency with convenience. And before you realize it, you're no longer the same person who built all of this. Marcus Aurelius constantly wrote to himself as a way of not losing himself in the power he held, because he understood something profound. It's not what you achieve that defines your life. It's what you preserve within yourself while achieving it. Your principles are your foundation. Without them, any growth becomes unstable, and sooner or later, everything collapses. Mistake 5. Ignoring those who were with you at the beginning. There is a dangerous tendency to distance yourself from the people who were part of your journey before things started going well. Not out of malice, but because of distraction, new environments, new priorities. But this comes at an internal cost, because forgetting where you came from weakens who you are. The people who stood by you in the beginning were not there because of what you had, but because of who you were, and that has value. Stoicism teaches gratitude as an essential virtue. Acknowledging those who contributed to your path is not just a kind gesture. It's a constant reminder of humility, and humility protects you from losing yourself in your own growth. Honor those who were part of your foundation, because no structure stands strong when it ignores its own base. Now you understand, the real danger is not in rising, it's in not knowing how to sustain that rise. It's not success that destroys people, it's what they do after they reach it. If you want to keep evolving, you must protect your mind more than you protect your results. You must maintain your discipline more than you celebrate your achievements. And above all, you must remain loyal to the person you decided to become. If this video resonated with you, comment discipline below, because that shows you're committed to your own growth. And subscribe to the channel Stoic Spring, because your life changes when you build the habit of strengthening your inner peace and your mind every single day. I also want to be transparent with you. You may have noticed that videos have been coming out less frequently. That's because I've been taking care of my health and living an important moment in my life, closely supporting my wife during her pregnancy. Even so, I remain committed to bringing you content that truly makes a difference in your life. And remember, it's not about getting there. It's about who you become along the way.